What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 2GR MR2 progress video. You're gonna have to excuse my posh accent, but I'm currently dealing with COVID, so yeah, hopefully that doesn't annoy y'all. But yeah, the car runs, wiring works. I had a little bit of diagnosing I had to do. Excuse the mess back here, but the issue I had was OD2 wasn't working, and then I had missing power on the cam sensors, except the bank 2 inlet. That one, if you know the wiring diagrams, that one gets its own set of wiring, so everything else is shared. And then I also reversed the crank sensor pins. But other than that, I didn't really have any other issues. I did miss one ground on the pin. That didn't really cause any issues, so it seemed, at least. Yeah, the OBD2, I fixed the 12 volts. I had to give it like a thicker cable off the main junction, I guess, like the main 12 volt. This cable, the big thick one there on the post, that's normally EA4, and that's normally what the alternator charges with on the stock wiring. I'm gonna be running like a different setup. Mark at Frankenstein Motorworks said that he, on his like race cars, I think probably on his Spider, he runs a fusible link from the alternator post to the starter post, so I'll probably just be doing that because I don't really want to run like a big ass cable going through here. So yeah, and then oh my god, there's a bee. Jesus, like the bumblebee things. Damn, those are freaky, man. Anyways, so I just repurposed the EA4. The EA4, I mean, it's like two like 8-gauge cables, so, and it has like a 140 amp fuse like in the kick panel, so I'm sure that can handle most of pretty much anything, really, because I think the max current draw this is going to be really getting is, I think, is like total of like 60 amps or something like that. I'm not sure. I gotta add up the fuses, but yeah, pretty much now I have to clean this up, get the chassis integration going, because I've only have like 2 or 3 connectors going, just like I think it's just like the actual starter signal, and then the something else. That actually might be it. I have to hook up like the coolant, the you know, all the cabin stuff and all that stuff. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, that's really about it. I've started designing. Well, excuse me. Started designing the exhaust up, so we'll go into that in the CAD in a second. But yeah, I'm glad all this wiring worked. I'm glad it didn't fry anything. This is the first time I've ever really done any wiring harness creation, so I might insert a clip of it running. Yeah, so I also started putting the interior back together. It's honestly pretty crazy seeing it back to normal here, because it's been stripped out for like the past almost, I think, like 6 months now. So yeah, and then I got a fresh battery from Costco. Yeah, it's a trunk liner. My dumbass, I forgot to put the side vent stuff back on the driver's side. I'll show you here. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take apart the interior side on this stuff, but that's not too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty happy I actually went with the Frankenstein Motorworks ECU. I can't imagine. I mean, the issues I was having, if I had a standalone, I guess I could have diagnosed it quicker, but just knowing that I can turn the key and it'll just kind of turn on and it'll like kind of figure out its own thing, it's pretty nice. So that's nice. Yeah, you can see here, I've been playing around with the drive-by-wire pedal. Mark, that thing feels pretty cool. I mean, it feels better than the cable throttle for sure, so that's cool. Let's see here. I mean, I don't really have anything else in here. We'll probably just jump into SolidWorks and I'll go over the exhaust design. And then after that, that'll probably be the end of this little episode. Although this one might be a really long one, so yeah. We'll jump into SolidWorks then. All right, see you there. What's up, guys? Welcome to CAD. Here I have the rear bank design, and then I have the front bank design. So I'll go over the rear bank, what I've got. So this is the design I've kind of landed on for the rear bank. I've gone through a bunch of different designs and stuff over like the past like month. I did have a design I made like I think like a year ago, but that was based off like nothing. So, but yeah, I'll probably put up some like screenshots of those different designs and stuff. But you know, I had some like I had where the collector was underneath the axle here. I had some where the collector ended up like in this area, and then ones with the collector like on the left side here, and then one on the right side. And this is kind of what I landed on for, at least for like like compactness, but also having a decent runner length, because I was targeting somewhere. I mean, the header design right now that most people will be buying would be Mark's or Frankenstein Motorworks. His headers, they have I think it's like an 11.5 primary length, and I love the way those things sound. But I figured that maybe if I have something a little longer and also a little bigger primary diameter, it might sound cooler. I don't know. I know some of the Lotus guys, they have header designs out there that have a lot longer primary lengths, and those sound pretty good. But I'm pretty curious what this is, kind of like the middle ground between the Lotus guys and what Mark has put out. So I'm kind of curious as to what this will sound like, because these are 14.5 length primaries, plus it's like another like 1.5 inch into the collector before they actually merge. So it's about like a 16-inch primary. So it's like a decent-ish gain over Mark's, I guess. I'm also kind of curious to see what that does for power and stuff, because I know I think the company's Tubular for Evora Exige stuff. They recommend or at least I saw them recommend on the forums of a 1 3/4 inch primary size, but also those motors are boosted too, so that might come into play. I'm not sure. I know I think their design is similar in length ish. They might be shorter than this. And then I think there's like also like BOE Fab, and that was a design I was trying to replicate for a while, where it exited out the head and then it shot over to the left here, and then it went under the motor, and then it merged. Like they had like the merge collector like right here under the pan, and that would certainly be ideal. But with the S54 axle, because I'm running the S54 for at least a while, the CV joint and all that stuff is on this left side, and fitting all that under here is just so much packaging and stuff I have to worry about. Also, making the Y pipe down that direction might be a little trickier. I'm not really sure. Mark at Frankenstein Motorworks also gave me the idea. He also said or recommended the idea to shoot it off to the left here. So maybe I'm making a mistake making this one shoot over to the right here, but we'll see. I figured that if this design really doesn't hold up, like longevity wise, the other side does, I figured I could probably, redesign this one, because I do plan on making or doing a E351 swap, and that uses the 2-piece axles. So I've tried to design this with that in mind, of having that axle carrier bracket sit right here. I don't have an axle carrier bracket, so I don't really know what the clearances are. My best guess is that it shoots out like I think it shoots out like 4 inches from the block, which I think is like right here, and also it's rounded, so it's like, I figured if it clears this entire diameter of like the CV joint, it should clear the axle carrier bracket. I don't know. We'll see with the test of time, I guess. But yeah, this design, I think it looks pretty slick too. The other design, the front bank, not so much, but in terms of like clearance and stuff, I've got a decent amount. Don't mind this like white pipe thing right here. That was just for like just general, like an idea what the white pipe's going to shoot out like. But I think like the gap here and here is like 1/2 inch, and then like here in between the cross member it's like 1/4 inch. So it should be a good amount of clearance, because I don't think the motor is going to be moved around more than 1/4 inch. And also, I'm not sure which way the motor torques. I think it torques to the like counterclockwise. I think I could be wrong on that. I don't know that off the top of my head, but hopefully it's counterclockwise because that's the direction I would want it to go. But you know, it probably goes back and forth. But I doubt it moves more than 1/4 of an inch. I feel like at that point I need new motor mounts and stuff. So yeah, let me toggle off this firewall thing. So both designs, they have the that 21-degree port angle exit thing that Mark figured out. If you look at his head analysis video where he takes apart, or he like cross-sectional cuts a 2GR head, he found out that the exhaust ports, they actually come out of the head like not tangential with the plane of the flange, but they come out at like a 22-degree angle. So instead of, if you have made like a header design where it actually comes out tangential with the plane of the head, it's actually doing like this sharp 21-degree angle straight out the port, which, I mean, it's probably not like detrimental to flow, but with his new, I know his new cast manifolds, his new cast headers or whatever, they have that 21-degree exit, and he did pick up like, I think like almost like 10 foot-pounds of torque down low, which I'm not sure if that was due to the port exit. It probably was partially, but he also does have a longer primary length, which I think that's what I was mentioning earlier. But I'm also kind of curious what possible gains or losses I'll have with this longer runner. I'm more chasing the sound really, but we'll see. I'm sure I'm like splitting hairs here. I'm sure it's not going to be anything too incredible. So yeah, here's the front bank. The front bank was just, I mean, this bank was super easy to design up. I mean, there's no axle. I don't have to worry about anything like that. It was pretty interesting seeing the design differences, because the front bank here, the head, it actually sits at a 21-degree angle between the block, versus the rear bank, which sits at like a 37, which it didn't occur to me at first, but then once I started measuring stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I have much more vertical room here with the front bank versus the rear, which is why this was all kind of like looped up and snaked and stuff. This design was kind of sort of based off a like a 911 or Cayman header design, where they come straight out the I mean, it's not entirely, but it looks sort of like this, where their ports kind of come out like vertical-ish, and then they have to do like this 180 to kind of get it heading back to the motor, but also having like a primary length that's like, you know, primary length that's like decent. So that's sort of what I kind of base it off of ish. I also base it off of just kind of like marks and stuff. But yeah, this design, I mean, this is this is also sort of kind of based off Frankenstein Motorworks' old design. His tubular, this is kind of like a mirrored version of his old tubular headers. This is like a mirrored and also like lengthened version. I think I've seen another design that's similar like this. I mean, this kind of this design of having like the two closest ports like shoot parallel down, and this farther port going to the one collector entrance closer to the block. I don't know how to describe it, but that works out to having like equal length and stuff, because these are all like 14.5 inches, and then plus the 1.5. I think it's like 1.71 inches or something like that. So yeah, this is 16-inch primaries. So, and then hopefully, you know, hopefully I modeled the block and stuff right, because I would like having this white pipe exit or white pipe beginning. I hope that doesn't impose too much of a challenge for me to make. Yeah, what else is there? I mean, that's pretty much it about the designs, really. I think this, yeah, I mean, like, there's a clearance with this. This is like with the exhaust shield in the way. So I mean, this is gonna be fine in terms of like clearance and stuff. I don't think this is gonna hit anything. I definitely think the rear bank is gonna have a much higher chance of hitting something. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, where I'm hopefully converting these into a real life thing and not just like a digital recreation, because some of these bends, it's like a 101 degree point blah 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 bank, or sorry, like 101 0.03 degree bends by that. So I'm not sure how exactly I'll go about making that in real life, but I'll do my best. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.